Mega Marino. His name is Mega Marino.
Metal Man from Mega Man 2. His weapon is Metal Blade and he's weak to Quick Boomerang. Metal Man was created by Dr. Wily specifically for combat for his revenge against Mega Man. While Metal Man is a quick and efficient worker, he possesses a dry wit. Metal Man jumps up to one of 3 heights. On the way down, he'll throw 1 to 3 metal blades, depending on which height he jumps. He can also attack if he's simply way too long. Also, if you get too close to Metal Man, he will leap to the other side of the room to gain distance, throwing a metal blade at the peak of his jump. So to avoid Metal Man, you can neutral jump or full screen jump over his metal blades, or you can do what I call the Metal Man dance. Just dance back and forth with him by manipulating his jump. Overall, Metal Man can be super easy if you get the dance loop going. Otherwise, he'll be a full screen spamming nuisance. For no damage loops against Metal Man, just get in there and dance. Just walk up to Metal Man, which manipulates him, jumps on the other side, avoid his metal blade, rinse and repeat. Find that sweet spot, find the rhythm, and put your pedal to the metal, man. Subscribe for more. Bubble Man from Mega Man 2. His weapon is Bubble Lead and he's weak to Metal Blade. Bubble Man was created by Dr. Wily as the first aquatic underwater combat robot master. Despite being the most bullied robot master in the game, he is a high-spirited individual. Bubble Man starts this pattern by firing 1 to 3 bouncing bubbles, which can be dodged or jumped over. Once he fires, he'll jump diagonally over Mega Man's head, and then he'll land on the ground. Also, if he catches Mega Man in his crosshairs, he will fire tiny projectiles. So to avoid Bubble Man, you can stand still, dodge, or jump over his bouncing bubbles, or you can take advantage of the water physics and get big juicy jumps towards him or away from his bubbles. Overall, Bubble Man's a great fight, there's a lot to learn from it. Oh, also, Bubble Man enjoys bathing in hot springs, spending money, and he hates water pollution. For no damage loops against Bubble Man, you'll want to shoot him while dodging his bubbles. You can also shoot him while you jump over his little projectiles. Also, in the original Mega Man 2 Bubble Man room, there's spikes on the screen, so don't touch those. You'll be in trouble if you touch the bubble, man. Subscribe for more. Quick Man from Mega Man 2. His weapon is Quick Boomerang and he's weak to Time Stopper.
Quickman was created by Dr. Wily using Elecman's design as a base. He is made of lightweight materials, allowing him to move at high speeds. He's also cunning and particularly proud of his speed.
Quickman jumps 3 times and then runs at the player before jumping again. On the second jump, he'll throw 3 quick boomerangs that will clump up or spread out. If they miss, they'll stop and re-aim themselves at Mega Man's position. So to avoid Quickman, you have to be fast and on your toes with decision making. You want to jump over him when he's running at you, and you want to bait out and manip his boomerangs. Overall, Quickman can be the most challenging boss in the game because of pure RNG. Plus, he hits like a truck. Quickman is easily the hardest robot master in Mega Man Maker. So for no damage loops, it's all about anticipation. You have to assume plan A while thinking about plan B, and you have to react accordingly by shooting him when the timing windows are convenient. Just try to keep up with Quickman and stay on top of his attacks and always be ready to shoot. Just try to avoid his boomerangs on incoming and outgoing. You really just have to be quicker than quick, man. Subscribe for more. Crash Man from Mega Man 2. His weapon is Crash Bomber and he is weak to Air Shooter. Crash Man was created by Dr. Wily using design of Bob Man and Guts Man. Crash Man is an honest individual who is usually obedient, although sometimes he's clumsy due to lack of hands. Crash Man walks back and forth until the player shoots. Once the player shoots, Crash Man will jump in the player's general direction and launches a crash bomb on the way down. So to avoid Crash Man, you can walk away from him and jump over him without pressing shoot, or you can manipulate him by shooting and determine where he'll go next. Crash Man is one of the easiest bosses in the game to manip. Overall, Crash Man can be one of the easiest fights in Mega Man history, as you have full control over his jumps. Oh, Crash Man also enjoys demolishing buildings, but cares very little about recycling. Crash Man also has violent mood swings. For no damage loops against Crash Man, you can get him in a nice loop which consists of jumping and shooting and waiting for his bomb to explode. And then you can walk where it exploded, jump and shoot again, rinse and repeat. Just find that rhythm and do not let it crash, man. Subscribe for more. Woodman from Mega Man 2. His weapon's Leaf Shield and he's weak to atomic fire. Woodman was created by Dr. Wily using natural Hinoki cypresses. He has great resistance against physical blows but is highly vulnerable to fire and cutting weaponry. Woodman starts by firing 4 leaves in the air, creates a leaf shield around him. Then he will throw the leaf shield forward, which hits like a truck. Then he jumps a short distance, and the leaves he shot towards the ceiling start falling down in a swaying motion. So to avoid Woodman, you can jump over the leaf shield he throws at you, and you can weave in between the swaying leaves. Overall, Woodman takes up a ton of screen real estate and can be a pain in the ass. For no damage loops against Woodman, wait until he throws his leaf shield to shoot him. Or you could even walk up to him and charge shot through his shield. Even though he has a shield up, you can still shoot through it. Just be careful if he corners you, you can slide under him, but it's very tight. Woodman also enjoys world's natural beauty and often goes hiking in his spare time. If you don't focus on respecting his leaves, this fight can be hard as wood. Man. Subscribe for more. Boobeam Traps from Mega Man 2. Its weapon is a pink projectile and its weakness is Crash Bomber. Boobeam Traps were created by Dr. Wily. They are protected by reinforced hoods, shoot simultaneously, and flash when about to fire. Boobeam Traps also sound like boobies. Initially, Boobeam Traps do nothing, and then they all fire at once. Boobeam Traps can be placed anywhere in Mega Man Maker. You can put them on walls, floors, ceilings, and more. You can also set what they are weak to and how much damage they take. To avoid Boobeam Traps, you can walk around the room until you find a sweet spot that lets you hopefully dodge all the projectiles at once, depending on how many there are and if there's room to dodge them. Overall, Boobeams are fine and usually quite fun until some asshole spams 900 of them in one level. For no damage loops against Boobeam Traps, just find the weakness and start killing them one at a time. Hopefully you have a weapon that lets you deal with some Boobeam Traps that are on the ceilings or walls or in really hard to reach places. Or sometimes you get a weapon that lets you deal with multiple at once. And what's better than dealing with multiple boobies at once? Just one Boobeam Trap. Subscribe for more. God damn it, dude.
Mega Marino. His name is Mega Marino.